Hey guys, what the heck is going on? Sam with Team Bro Pie here, coming at you today with a really cool deck profile for Pure Fairy Tales. I've had a lot of requests to actually put this out there, and so I'm finally getting around to doing it, guys. I'm really sorry it took me so long, but yeah, guys, this is a super fun deck. If you're looking for something else to play that's kind of different, something you can kind of put your own spin on, something that your opponent will 100% of the time not expect. I've never sat down at a tournament and somebody had been like, whoa, I've seen this deck before. I love this deck. You know what I mean? It's something that you never ever see, so it's really fun. I really like this archetype. I think they're really cool. I liked Snow whenever it first came out, and then they started to release other cards, like Luna and Sleeper and Rilla and whatever. I was like, oh, okay, it'd be really cool to make a deck out of this. And I wanted to make it for a while, but then earlier in the season, I'd gotten multiple invites, and I was just like, okay, cool. So let's actually build this and make this a thing. I'm taking it to probably 5 or 6 tournaments. Majority of them being locals. I got either first or second every single time. I got first one time at a 22-man local, so that was pretty fun. Played all meta stuff. I took it to YCS Memphis back in April. I almost made day 2. I went 5-3, and I think out of like 780 something or whatever, I got like 140th. There are people with the same number of points that I had that actually went to day 2. So anyway, that was fun. I kind of took it just for fun and to see really what it could do. And like I said, it's a really fun deck, guys. If you're looking for something new to play, it's kind of a explosive deck when you need it to be, and it's kind of a control deck. I don't like to use the term stun because I feel like stun runs a lot more floodgates. So I try to stay away from that term when I'm talking about this deck. But yeah, just more of a control deck, but you can explode whenever you need to. So we're going to get into this thing. So yeah, just fasten your seatbelts, guys, and here we go. So we got 3 copies of Fairytale Luna. This card is amazing. Whenever it's normal summon, you can add a copy of a spellcaster from your deck to your hand as long as it has 1850 attack. So you can add a copy of itself, which is really broken. I had a copy of Rilla or Snow. Now this deck is able to search Snow, which is really dope. Now this is like Snow in her natural habitat, so to speak, and this is probably one of the only decks really that will still run Fairytale Snow, besides like Light Sworns and whatever else. But anyway, so yeah, Fairytale Luna, really cool card. And it's actually a Magic Spectre Kieran, so to speak. You can like bounce a card, monster on your opponent's side of the field and on your side of the field, or I'm sorry, it has to be her. So what's really cool about that is like, as long as you kind of know what your opponent's playing and you have an idea of like how many copies of each card they run and that kind of stuff, then you can really, use this at the right time. This is like the best whenever you're trying to bounce like a Gemknight Seraphonite or just like, a random one of that that nobody hardly plays another copy of that card. So yeah, back in the day whenever I was taking this to, I say back in the day, a couple months ago when I was taking this to YCS, I was watching deck profile after deck profile, and I knew that majority of people were playing like 2 Masterpiece. So if one was in the grave, I would go ahead and try to bounce the second one with this. Really good if you're going second. Also, you can normal summon, activate its effect, and then if they try to negate it with something other than a counter trap like a strike or whatever, then you can activate its effect to chain also. So you can get 2 negates out of that. I outed a lot of World Chalice boards with the Kaiju counters and all that kind of stuff during that week, so it was really cool. Yeah, Fairytale Luna, guys, 3 up. It's your Searcher, it's your Kieran, really good. So next we have double Fairytale Rilla. I wanted to play 3 of this, but you just really don't want to draw it in your opening hand. You get these, you special it out on the field because of stuff like Ties of the Brethren and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a really good card. You can pitch a spell from your hand to the grave, and you can search and equip spell and equip it to her. So obviously we played 3 copies of Wonder One. For everybody that asked me about it, I did try Moon Mirror Shield in this, but your first turn boards are like so reliant on you just wanting to draw as much as you can with this, and so yeah, it's really cool, and this makes it to where you can run three copies of like all of a bunch of one-ofs, like 3 copies of Brilliant, 3 copies of Desires, 3 copies of Ties, 3 secrets, because it never really gets cloggy because you can fix your broken hands and just kind of break even by pitching a Ties or whatever and searching a Wonder Wand. So it's really good. I really like this card. 3 copies of Fairytale Snow. This is I wanted 2 also with this, but 3 makes it to where going second's really good. Because you can just kind of flip something face down. Like randomly at YCS I played against a Heroes, and I was like, okay, activate Snow effect and just flip the Dark Law, and then went on with my day. So yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, just really 3 and 3 and 2. I feel like that's the best ratio. Sleeper is decent. I kind of cited it for a little bit. What it does is it can negate like normal speller traps that your opponent plays, and I played it a lot more. I cited it, against like grass decks and those kind of things. But now that grass isn't like a thing anymore, I kind of really just took it out of the sideboard altogether. But yeah, check out that card if you want to cite it or even main it, whatever. Feel free. I just didn't find it as useful. So, Trick Clown, this is the best card in the whole entire deck. I was making the joke that it's like the McRib, dude, because it's always coming back. It's amazing when it's coming. It comes down to just making the rank 4 toolboxes. It's amazing. Just it goes into your whole entire strategy of everything. It's a spellcaster, so it goes with the Wonder Wand and with Ties of the Brethren and all that kind of stuff. And I'll get into a bunch of the combos and stuff here in a little bit. And also stay tuned to the end of the video. And I'm going to put some replays and stuff at the end of this video so you guys can check it out. One copy of Garnet. You have to play Garnet or Tourmaline. You have to play the level 4s. You can't play Lazuli or whatever. The level 4 actually doesn't matter because hard drawing this, it doesn't make it to where it's the worst thing in the world, because if you hard draw this and then sometimes you have this on the field, then you can pitch your Dead Brilliance for extra attack power or draw power, etc. So it's really good. 3 copies of Brilliant. You always want to either send Trick Clown first. If you don't have Trick Clown in the deck, like if you drew it, it's okay. Send Snow. Opening Brilliant plus Ties of the Brethren is like the best combo that you can do your first turn play anyway. So you activate like Brilliant, you'll send Trick Clown, then you'll target Trick Clown with Ties of the Brethren, and then you'll special out 2 other monsters, usually these 2, or if you already have one of them in hand, you special this one, or if you have this in hand, you'll get these 2, and then you'll normal summon this if you have it in hand, and just normal summon this, search a copy of itself, and then normal summon the second one, search another copy of itself. It gets really cool, that all the combos that you can do on your first turn and stuff. Next we play just 1 copy of Upstart. Upstart just honestly snow fuel. The whole entire deck is based around just getting as much fuel in the grave for snow as possible, and without really having to mill anything or whatever, you draw so much in all of your turns. Because you can honestly, many times I've opened up like an Upstart or like a Desires, and then been able to search the Wonder Wands or have them in my opening hand. So when it comes down to it, I've actually drawn 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 cards in one turn. And if I made like a Tsukiyomi or something on top of that, you can potentially draw 13 cards in one turn. So it's a really cool idea to be able to search out the Wonder Wands in this deck. And plus the 2350 really comes in handy over different monsters that are just 2300 in general or whatever. I think some of the Draco monsters are 23. I think I could be wrong. Anyway, yeah. So the Wonder Wand, if you need it, equip it first, attack over something. Main phase 2, send Snow to the grave or Cinderella or whatever. Yeah, so that makes it really cool. So one of the really cool thing about Rilla, I actually forgot to mention earlier, is neither player can target monsters on the field with spell cards except that one. So it makes it to where if you're playing like it actually came up one time in a local match whenever I was playing against Altergeist, and they tried to activate Wonder Wand on one of their monsters, and then Wonder Wand had to equip Torilla because you can't target other monsters with spell effects, and when it equips something, it's just like it's a targeting thing. So anyway, going on to the other ones, Ties of the Brethren, like I said, amazing card. This makes it to where you just can spam the board with all these girls and make stuff happen and win games. So really cool. I love this card to death. It's really cool because if it gets negated, it's not once per turn. But yeah, so don't make the mistake of thinking you can Ties and then try to Ties again later, because you can't special summon after it. So you want to try to get the Brilliant Fusion off before. If not, it's okay. Save it in your hand. Like I said, spells are not dead in your hand because of Rilla. So, and also, if you have like multiple ones or whatever, you're always going to need fuel for Snow, and that's happened tons of times, and I'll show you guys in different replays and stuff here after a while. Triple Desires, because you play 3 of like almost every single card, except for this card. It's okay to banish this one because you run such a big spellbook engine to begin with. Yeah, 3 Desires. You can actually comfortably Desire twice in a game, and I've done that tons of times. So yeah, 3 copies of this card, you're +1. Every single card, every single major spell in this deck, what it is I like to call it Snow Fuel, because Brilliant makes more cards appear. into, because when you're playing a deck with snow, you want more cards in your hand, your grave, and your field at all times. You just want as many of them as possible. So that makes it to where Brilliant can just produce more cards, and Ties produces more cards, and so does Wonder One and Desires. It's everything here is a +1. So you try to utilize that as much as you can, and in the end, whenever you're going for a game, it makes it to where snow becomes really useful, especially with your rank 4 toolbox. So Monster Reborn, obviously, just it's Monster Reborn. I wanted to play 2 of this card, and I actually did for a while, but I decided to bump it down to 1 because I hate seeing it when I don't need it. If I have like an extra normal summon that I need just to be able to get more cards out of the deck, like say I only have 1 monster in hand and I've already normal summoned one of these off of Seraphinite or something, then I'll just go ahead and search Blue Boy with the secrets, and then go into the knowledge, and then boom boom searched 2 cards, and then drew 2 cards, and it honestly got 4 more cards out of the deck, which just creates snow fuel in the end. So 2 knowledge, I feel like that's best. I feel like 3 secrets is best. You could play 2 secrets and 2 Blue Boy if you needed to, but after just a ton of testing, I wanted to see secrets in my opening hand every single time. So yeah, so going on to the traps. Now these are more or less, it's kind of hard because, you know, going into like with the new time rules and stuff, I had this deck pretty much built or whatever before the time rules even started. So, you know, in match procedures, it kind of made it a really awkward, I guess, at the last tournament that I went to. But yeah, you definitely want to side in other traps and other hand traps and all that kind of stuff. That's why we like to side all these. But yeah, so triple strike, really good. 1 judgment and 1 warning. You play the whole entire package. The whole entire object of this deck is to set up first turn with as many cards as possible, as you can have as many monsters on the field, as many cards in the grave for snow, and as many trap cards as possible. And you want to maintain without bricking with drawing as many traps as you can also, because the traps just get absolutely brutal in this deck, and it's crazy. I like triple Mind Crush because everything searches. Absolutely everything, and if you're bouncing stuff with Luna, that makes it really good. I bounced something with Luna, I think. I bounced the Lily Bell at YCS, and then I actually had triple Mind Crush set, and that's what actually won me the game, because I was like, okay, you know, people only play one Lily Bell, so I bounced that up, called Mind Crush, and then they had a Light Stage and a Candina both in hand, so I activated both other Mind Crushes and got all those out. Really good card. Mind Crush, I mean, doesn't cost any life points. It's always a 1-for-1, and the hand knowledge that you get honestly wins you games. And double Mirror Force because nobody ever sees this coming. Never sees this coming. And with stuff running around like, you know, Awakening the Dragon and whatever, people aren't trying to like destroy your back row unless they absolutely need to. So I liked it over Storming, Blazing, all that other stuff, because it's just whenever your opponent declares an attack. That period doesn't have to be a direct attack or anything. So anyway, that's the main deck, guys. 40 cards. I think it's solid. There's a few changes that you can make, but I wouldn't recommend making too many of them. So going on to the extra deck, 1 Seraphinite, obviously, really good card. Decode and Underclock Taker, your links, and these obviously just kind of come in handy when you're trying to create snow fuel anyway, just to get more cards everywhere, you know. So I like these two. It's your link 2, your link 3, and your link 4. I like Topological for this over like Borload and that kind of stuff, because there's some really cool combos that you can do on your opponent's turn if you just end with Topological by itself and you have a snow engrave, and you can special snow to the right zone. Yeah, just mess around with it, man. It's super fun. Going on to the rank 4 toolbox, Castell gets rid of so many problems, guys. Sometimes like there would be times where I was like, okay, I could go into a Tsukiyomi, or if I'm playing, I remember playing against like ABCs or something at YCS, I'm like, or I could go into a Snow, I'm sorry, not Snow, Castell, and I could just like spin their Union Hanger back to the deck and just try to keep them going backwards instead of making myself plus a little bit more. Yeah, and honestly, it works, man. Castell is like an out to so many things. Best rank 4 in the game still to this day, in my opinion. Yeah, Utopia package to get over big stuff. Abyss Dweller because it's Abyss Dweller, and so many things have like graveyard effects. So Trapeze. What's really cool about this card is if you can make Trapeze and Decode. Trapeze can target the Decode. That's 8100 together. Trapeze makes it to where you can target a monster. It can attack twice. If you special summon it in a zone that Decode points to, makes Decode 28. That times 2 is 56, and then another 25 is 81 exact. 2 Tornado Dragons come up. Just trust me. it will come up. And this helps you just keep controlling the board. You get the most use out of this card, almost more than anything in your extra deck, because obviously you can use it twice. I remember the other day I made Tornado Dragon before. I think I had like a Trick Clown on the field and a Snow, and I was like, well, I have like 6 cards in the grave or something like that. And I went into battle phase. I needed to do like 4K worth of damage or 3,800 or something. So I had Tornado Dragon. I made Tornado Dragon. They're like, what's this guy doing? And I went into battle phase, attacked with Tornado Dragon, and then I detached the Snow during the battle phase, popped my own Brilliant Fusion, and then I had 7 cards and literally banished everything that I had just to attack for Snow with Snow for a game. So that was really cool. Dire Wolf, in case like your opponent has like problematic monsters or monsters set face down that you don't know what they are. Cowboy, because you always win in time, like game 3 if you set in all your hand traps and then side these out or whatever. Cowboy for game, guys. It's really amazing. Kachi Dragon. This is really good against stuff like Scapegoat and all that kind of stuff. You can attack twice if you destroy one of your opponent's monsters in battle. And then one Tsukiyomi. This card's really busted because of just the things they're able to do with it. And like I said, whenever you discard stuff to the grave, sometimes it makes it to where you have Snow Fuel to begin with, so it's not, you don't go full neg on everything, so it's really good. Makes it to where she can disrupt even more. And then sometimes you want to just discard stuff like you just don't absolutely need. Like I remember one time I had a Trick Clown in hand, and I was like, well, I need to draw some cards and I need to get this thing on the field, and I already used my normal summon, so let's do this. So Tsukiyomi is really good. I feel like this is a really solid extra deck, guys. Like I said, 2 Tornado Dragon, it comes up. Believe me, Topological is really cool. You can use any Link 4 that you want, but I really feel like this one comes in clutch a lot because there's some really cool stuff you can do with Snow. So going on the side, 3 evenly matched. I borrowed 3 evenly matched for YCS from my friend Joey Lewis from Tulsa. Shout out to that guy. I only cited it in probably like 5 or 6 games. I saw it twice, and I never evenly matched anybody. So it felt really cool. Man, this card's crazy. So and then for the hand traps, we got triple Droll and triple Ash. You really want to side out these cards and put these in, especially if you're playing against something like Sky Striker, Trickstar, etc. It makes it to where it's really hard for them to play, and yeah, you're just going to be doing really good at that point. Take out your cards that will make it to where your opponent's gonna, win in time because of life point situations or whatever. You can side out an upstart or 2 if you want it. Anyway, so triple rivalry because everything you play is a spellcaster except for the Garnet spellcasters, and then try to set up a board before you can make this. It's usually GG for a lot of decks, and dimensional barrier for the random matchups. I mean, who knows, man? D-barrier is just really good. So I actually played against what was it? Stellar Knights or something one time at a locals, and I was like, okay, D-barrier. So yeah, it was really good. Call XYZ, GG pretty much at that point. But yeah, guys, so let's get into some replays. Thank you so much for watching this far, and we'll see you.